I move this microphone
I am
without
just typing into the home
causing
chat.
huge problems? Woo! Okay, looks like I can.
So, just out of curiosity, Joe, is this your mic volume?
Yeah, so in theory, if everything is okay, this will be my mic volume.
Okay.
I am now set up where I'm going to be doing art.
Let me... profile? No?
Time to open up all of the chats.
I guess I've got to do it in the... Hi, everybody, by the way. I'm pretty sure... There we go. User volume. Turn Joe up.
Yay.
That should do.
It's time to
going live now.
La, da, 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 da,
And there we go. Oh.
Okay. Crasso Cleo seems to be live on YouTube.
And I need to add at Joe Hills.
People are telling me to pull your volume up. Will do. Okay. Live chat.
With at Joe Hills. There you go.
Whoa! It's
now that I've saved that, because it tweets out, but I can't do any ats in tweets that I send because of they don't want to spam people.
Yeah.
But I added it after all the tweets have gone out.
Thank you. Howdy, Drubaka. Welcome, Dia the Fish, Luca, Amanda, Mahi Zero, Lifey, Deku Kitty, Wyvern's Flat, Creative, Kitchen Patrol, Unlimited Creativity, Monkey Frog. I need to open up the Cleo chat too.
NX Super has resubscribed for 19 months. Thank you very much. And Paleo has resubscribed for 20 months. Thank you.
That's so many months.
It's so many months. Wow. So at some point in the next, like April the 1st is my Twitch streaming anniversary. So I'm going to do a big long stream for that.
No fooling?
No fooling. No fooling.
Okay.
Incurious has resubscribed for a whole year. Where's the time gone? I don't know. And initiated Hype Train. Choo
choo. So yeah, I was gonna say April 1st. I'm gonna be doing a charity D&D stream for 3 hours, benefiting Child's Play. They haven't given me a time slot yet because it's like a 24-hour stream with 8 different games, but the same dungeon master runs all the games. It's like a marathon D&D thing. And so yeah, I'm going to be in one of the April 1st slots because as his sanity erodes over the course of the weekend, he tries to front load the guests that might be insulted if he's completely losing it, like toward the front. You know? So
yeah, I get it.
So by hour 21, it's a lot of like friends and whatnot. But yeah, last year I did a game with Ryan North, who wrote the How to Invent Everything book.
Oh right, yeah,
that was fun. So, I was gonna say though, when I'm not in my segment, if you want guests to come on your show, I'm already gonna be all set up in the studio. So if you want phone-in guests to congratulate you live on your streamiversary,
I appreciate the offer. I don't know how it's going to be set up yet.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm going to be streaming.
Gotcha. Well, especially if you're playing any sort of games where you have drop-in guests or whatever.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to.
I would do that for you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Captain Rex, for the 800 biddies. Wow, thank you. Libraborn has resubscribed for 22 months. Cleo, you're my absolute favorite. Thank you for the constant pick-me-ups. You're greatly appreciated. Thank you. I needed that. Thank you. And Libraborn, thank you for the gifted of 5 subs. I do appreciate that too. Thank you.
Creative Kitchen Patrol says, I can't imagine DMing for 24 hours straight. Well, part of the trick is that if you invite people that are funny, they'll just kind of go off on tangents for 5 or 6 minutes, right? So each adventure he writes maybe has like an hour of gameplay, maybe an hour and a half of gameplay, and then there's an hour and a half of us just like going like, okay, so this is a wicker basket that moves up and down inside the building if you press a button. Wow. When somebody else is like, as an elf, I would be elated if we had this in one of our tree homes. It would be an elf-elator. Like, just...
Oh yeah, no. I
Just dumb stuff like that can fill a lot of time. It's
as a GM, I understand. I would not do 24 hours either. That sounds like a lot.
it doesn't feel
Uh,
like filler though, because it's just like he's bringing in
no.
people that are actually funny and like they can tell when the
Mhm.
joke is dying and pass it back to him. But like,
Mhm.
if you were trying to do this with like a dead serious group that's like, I kick in the door, you see another door. I kick in that door. There are now 3 doors in front of you. Okay, I'm gonna do a perception roll. Like if you're just like go 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 as your
Yeah,
group,
no.
that would.
No. I understand. Thank you,
Mm.
Canon Russia, for the 420. Loving the new live series. Glad to have these weekly craft streams. So am I. This is just me at this point. It's just like this is all I can do. Push cheered. Cleo biddies. Mini cheese mouse cheered 100 biddies. Thank you. And Bakura cheered cow biddies. And hey, I'm Yekaterina has subscribed to you. Thank you very much. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits.
None.
None.
Huge
I mean,
fire
we
code
can't
violation.
afford the doors. That's the problem.
Yep.
I tried. No doors, only holes.
Okay. That's an interesting way to phrase that.
Hey, like, I am beyond caring right now.
Oh, that's okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Boy, I've got like a million things I gotta do before I leave.
I mean, we can cut this. I mean, I feel
No.
like we should probably cut this one short.
Well, let's maybe target 2 hours today, cause like
Hmm.
I also like I can tell that I'm like stressed, cause like with
Hmm.
my digestive stuff, like I get a lot of feedback if my body's under stress, and so it's like
Yeah,
having 2 hours set aside to just chill and color, I think is gonna help me for the whole week.
that's
Uh,
good.
so yeah, I didn't wanna skip this week, but
Yeah, well, neither did I, considering I had like my tooth thing last week.
oh yeah, yeah. How's your mouth?
I'm waiting for a full extraction still.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
They said if you, I hadn't like on Wednesday, they said if you haven't heard from your regular dentist by Wednesday, give them a call.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, that's what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah, if this is 2 hours, that means I can try and edit some Last Life. Or actually, no, it probably like I feel like that's on Thursday. I feel like what I'm going to end up doing
Mm-hmm.
is I'm going to record some witchcraft stuff
Oh, gotcha.
after this.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm at the point where it's like I need to get this. I recorded an episode with XB Crafted, who I like never get an episode with,
I
and
love doing stuff with XP.
he's
XP's
great.
great.
He's great. It's just like our schedules don't usually line up or whatever, and
Yeah.
so it's like I want to get this out the door, but also I'm like, but I also want to record more stuff because ideally I want to get 2 episodes out before I leave, or like
Hmm.
schedule one of them for while I'm gone. But at the same time, I was so stressed about trying to get stuff done yesterday. I apparently I didn't have Cubs Total Chaos thing on my calendar at the right time.
Oh,
And
yeah,
like
no, that sounds like a.
so I like you know, I'm going to like and like I've been trying not to be logged into Discord because it stresses me out.
Hmm.
But then when Cubs sends a message like, "Hey, are you coming to Total Chaos?" I don't see it. And like I'm it's killing me not having a separate like account for like high urgency professional stuff and
Yeah.
everything else because I've been like, oh, and Discord added a little thing on mobile now, which I'm constantly uninstalling it, and then I put it back on when I have to take a call where I have to go like pick up my kid or whatever. But
Hmm.
like they added a thing now that shows how many messages you have in there, and it's like 1K plus. It's like, oh gosh. So anyway, first tip of the stream just rolled in from Evan Lachlan, who says, "Good morning, Joe and Cleo. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and
Good
rotate my
morning.
camera 5 degrees angular, one for every dollar that rolls in today. I forgot to mention that tips are welcome via paypal.me/joehills and YouTube Super Chat.
Oh, yeah. Ignore the makeshift plush. It ended last night, and I have not yet taken the message off of Carol.
Did you hit your goal?
I hit goal. I hit 440 times my goal.
Oh, congratulations.
440%. So, that's good.
440%. So that's 4.4 times your goal.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
Thank you. I can't math. I
Yeah,
apologize.
it's okay. I'm just making sure that I understand it because I was like, wow, maybe there is more of a market for these than I thought for it. That's a lot.
I sold 876 in total.
Oh, nice.
Which my other half pointed out was 7 shy of the last batch. But I bought 10 from the last batch and I only bought 1 from this one. So actually, other people buying there, I sold more this time.
Good for
technically
you.
speaking. So, result.
Yay.
Those should be going out in the next couple of months. Thank you, everybody. Like that coming in, weight off my mind. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm so glad.
It's okay. I've just replaced it with other weights.
Oh man, you know what? That just reminded me. Speaking of other weights on
Oh
mine.
God.
Okay. So I have been so you know how I said like the Tennessee like or in Nashville the public school system has like a funnel to the best high schools. But it's
Yeah.
based on the lottery because
Oh yeah. How did she do?
So there are 189 seats in the middle school that I wanted to send her to for her class, and she is 167th on the wait list to get in.
Hang on. How many seats did you say there were?
189, and she's 167th on the wait list. So that means if almost the entire accepted class drops out, she'll get it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. On the plus side, it's like if it was like on the knife's edge, right? Like if she's
Yeah.
if she was like 30th on the wait list and they're like normally we don't get past 25, but who knows this year? Everything's weird because of COVID, you know.
Yeah.
So she's so far down the wait list.
There's no point in
we can safely
making
assume
decisions.
that she's not going to get in and start making housing decisions and stuff. So
that's something at least. That's less of a stress. I
yeah,
suppose.
so at least I know one way or the other. But like, cause like you know, I was kind of on the fence about like, okay, I need to buy some more shelving, and I need to buy some more, there were some furniture purchases that I was like,
Yeah.
kind of putting off because I was like, if we're gonna move, I want to see the new place and then make decisions.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be here at least one more year then, because she's gonna stay in the locally zoned school.
Right.
Which is fine in its own way, because that means I don't have to worry about moving. At the same time, I'm worried about everything else. But
I mean, yeah.
it's kind of one of those things where like, I mean, the school she's in is still it's one of the best locally zoned schools in the city. So it's not like we're completely screwed. That's part of the reason living here is so expensive, and so it's like I'm getting my money's worth. But it would have been nice if she was like on track for like the magnet high school, and all that was locked in. But anyway, so
yes.
More in comments says, any chance we could get a Joe plushie at some point? I think it would look really cute. I really need to do a full redesign of my Minecraft character before we do that.
Yeah.
Because the character as is looks a lot like Steve, and Mojang is gonna throw a fit if I start selling Steve plushes with a beard and a gnat symbol on it. And I've already had somebody from Warner Brothers kind of be like, hey, I'm not sure about all this Beetlejuice stuff you're doing. And so
really?
I've got to keep that clear on the side of parody and not do anything that looks like brand infringement. Because even though I'd probably win in court, like they're not likely to go after me unless I start like selling Beetlejuice looking plushies, for example. So
arguably true. Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit that. So yeah, basically I mean, we might just get instead of a Joe Hill's Minecraft character plushie, maybe you'll just get like me wearing my street clothes, which
Yeah,
apparently
yeah.
make me look. Yeah, do you want a plushie of just some bloke? Because yeah. Manatee Gag says you can't afford to win that lawsuit. GT Bucket says court's expensive and lawyers aren't cheap. That's exactly it. It's like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I I feel like I have a case, and so they're not they don't want to waste the money on a lawsuit that they would lose unless I'm making money off it that they can go after. So if
yeah,
I'm not making money off it, they're not going to sue me. If I
yeah.
start making money off it, I need to make enough to pay lawyers and there's no way I'm going to make that amount. Uh
This is why I'm glad I have a very specific skin.
y-
You know,
yeah.
it's very clear, and it's unique. And the person that's done the base design for my skins is now here. Well, I have my skin designer, and then the person who did the concept art for me is here. Thank you, Kish. Appreciate you, because I will never have this issue.
Yeah. Drew Baca just tipped 100. Woo! That is one full
Wow,
abacus
that's so
who writes,
nice.
"Here's a little something for your trip across the
Yay,
pond or
capitalism.
whatever. Do what you want. I'm not your mom." Thank you for that no strings attached tip. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, no strings attached tips are good.
Yeah, because like I hate it when I'm like, man, I really want to buy this D&D book, but I can't afford it right now. And somebody's like, oh, here's $40 for that D&D book, and I'm like, yeah, but the problem is I have like $800 in like must pay bills that I really need to put this money to. I still can't afford the D&D book. I'm just closer to being able to afford it now. like, uh, but I think I'm okay on covering all my bills while I'm gone. Any automatic payments that go through,
We'll just go
like
through. That's
yeah,
good.
like I've got um I talked to the bank yesterday about like, hey, put a travel note on my cards that I'm gonna be out of the country, and okay, so the lady's like, okay, where are you gonna be? London, great. And then she's like, and do you have any stopovers on your flights that we should also flag as whitelisted? And I'm like, that didn't even occur to me. I wouldn't have asked
Oh,
them. Like I would not have volunteered that information, and then what I would have done is I would have used my card on a layover or whatever, and then
yikes.
gotten it locked out,
Yeah,
because it was like, well, he's supposed to be in either Nashville or London, but this is a third city.
this is a third place that we don't know where it is. I
So
mean, we
I
know where it is, but we don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I'm very happy that this person on the phone was at the credit union was very professional and like knew to ask that question, because I don't travel that much. Well, honestly, almost when I fly, I almost always fly direct. It was just because the expense of
yeah.
this trip was already stupidly high.
We would like a podcast, please. You can want a podcast.
You're
Like, aggressively, you can want a podcast. We don't have the time in our days
No, we
to
don't.
do an extra thing.
The thing about podcasts is there's a higher expectation of editing quality that
Mm-hmm.
we don't have time to do. Like, you either are fine with just watching VODs of stuff like this, or you expect podcast quality stuff and you're not gonna get it. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah. When it's not happening. But there's already a podcast. We're listening to it now. This is true. Hey, Jem. How are you doing? This is a podcast. This is why we're here. So
Welcome, Jim.
we appreciate you, Jem.
Yeah, technically, unless it hits an RSS feed, it's not a podcast, but it's
I
the.
mean, I don't know.
Like, if people are like, I need this VOD, but an RSS, like, you're still not gonna get it, because I'm too lazy to set up an RSS feed. Gemini Tay says, I'm listening to this and making craft dinner, so this is a podcast in my eyes. For those of you who are not from Nova Scotia, craft dinner is craft macaroni and cheese.
I actually knew that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
just out of
Craft
curiosity,
dinner is
Jim,
universal.
what kind of stuff do you put in your craft dinner? Because like we've got a few kind of basic ways that we mix it up. I usually don't just serve it like straight out of the box. One of the ways is I'll throw in chicken and Cajun seasoning. Another is I'll mix in chili. Then the third way I'll do like leftover. If we did tacos the night before, leftover taco meat and like taco seasoning. Um,
They're making craft dinner, Joe. You can't expect them to answer all the time.
I know.
Ketchup.
Ketchup. Okay.
Like, I'm not a mac and cheese aficionado, but that sounds like a choice. That's a choice. I don't know if it's a good one or not, but I mean, I suppose it works on burgers.
Ooh, we got some good suggestions here. Stream broccoli and kielbasa from the Nope Queen. That would be
Oh,
good.
that sounds amazing. I don't
Kara.
like broccoli, but I could replace it with like peas and stuff. Put sugar on mac and cheese.
I would not put sugar on it. Kara K uses salsa and shrimp. That's an interesting one. I have not tried that. Salsa has a lot in common with ketchup, though. So,
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Tuna and hot sauce says psychic legume. That's an interesting one. Lakshmi13 says...
I've never had mac and cheese. Like,
sriracha.
I have, but I don't think it's the same as American mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is just what we call craft dinner. It's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
Like, you can get fancy like restaurant mac and cheese, but nobody makes it that way at home. Like, it's just not worth the effort. At that point, people would usually just make something like a different type of pasta.
Interesting. I don't count craft dinner as mac and cheese. Not gonna lie, my homemade mac and cheese is mac and cheese. That's why we call it craft dinner.
Oh, interesting.
You know, I feel that it's like if you're making mac and cheese homemade, it's got to be better than the stuff you get in a packet.
Well, you know what? I've had a really good lobster mac and cheese. Not taking lobster and putting it in craft dinner, but like, you know, a restaurant fancy mac and cheese with lobster in it type thing. So that might, I don't know if you've done that. I don't know if Cape Breton gets a lot.
The only thing I've ever had in mac and cheese.
I'm assuming so because it's near Maine, and Maine is where we get lobster.
Fancy restaurant mac and cheese is not a phrase I expected to hear ever.
Well, a lot of barbecue restaurants will have like a fancy mac and cheese side dish.
I mean, I've had like mac and cheese with like breadcrumbs and stuff. My tips are getting out of control. I probably need to do something about that.
Well, if people want to tip, tips are also welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. Thank you for the reminder, Cleo. Hey, Luca sent 4 and says, I'm watching from the hospital today, but no worries. It's awesome to have something to pass the time. Greetings to Cleo, too. Luca,
hey,
wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you very much. We're going to rotate the camera up to 109 degrees. Thank you very much, Luca.
Evil Penguin resubscribed for 19 months saying, I'm enjoying the new live series. Watched your episode 5 times. It's been a lot of fun. Arguably, I think that my episode viewpoint was the funniest.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't say that lightly because I was dying through the whole thing. So it was really funny. Nightshade has resubscribed for 24 months and says, wow, 2 years. Yes. Mocha has resubscribed for 24 months and says, woo, 24 months. Juniper Willows resubscribed for 21 months. Thank you. Evan Lachlan has subscribed. Welcome to the Horde. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits. And Kanarasha tipped all the 3s, 333, and says, Satsabelli and Parmesan on pasta is good. Twitch chat is stuck in remote only for mode, so I'm paying to talk. Oh, I'm sorry. All I can say is reload. That's I feel the spite every time Cleo says 2 years. That's true. Yeah. So no, like mac and cheese is.
It's a lot like rice. You can really do whatever you want with it.
I mean, it's. I'm not going to say it's not common. We have it here. It's just that Kraft mac and cheese is not something that we have here. We have like pasta with like mature cheddar, that sort of vibe, you know. So it's always slightly more, let's call it gourmet in comparison. Although mac and cheese is also like bog standard comfort food as well, but it's not Kraft.
Mhm.
you know? Craft definitely feels very American. Yeah, like I say, I want to say they fed it to us when I went to visit an American army base when I
That's
was very little.
I believe that.
Um,
Evan Lachlan tips 2 and says, watching you and Cleo at the same time. Thank you, Evan. Rotating 2 degrees.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Well, it was like we went to an American, right? Okay, so there was this thing when I was little growing up called Splash, and we it was run by the police,
Okay. Is
but
this like Dare, like a drug education thing?
no. It was basically keep the youths out of trouble over the summer. So it was basically
Uh-huh.
like a summer holiday program where they organized, like, you could go, you like the things that I remember, you could go to a theme park, you could go to Chicksands, you could go to like, I remember that there was a spider talk where we got to look at lots of different spider types of things.
Ooh,
It was
spider
just like
talk seems like the best part of TikTok.
I don't know, but like, it was just like all these events, and like you had to line up some point before, like before summer, like I think in June. My mum got us up at 6 in the morning, and we went in the line, and we got all these fun tickets for all these fun things.
Uh-huh. That's great.
It was a really good program. It doesn't exist now because where would people get the funding for that? Because that would require the government to do stuff.
Yeah. To
Um,
the Department of Services and Citizenship.
yeah. Um, but yeah, we went to Chicksands, like we went to American Army Base, and
Mhm.
the things that they did with us whilst we were there was bowling,
Uh-huh.
playing. It was rounders, but they called it what did they call it?
Baseball?
Yeah, it was basically rounders but with pads. Um, and then we had a barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave us Mountain Dew, and that's all I remember. It was like the most stereotypically American thing possible. So yeah, that's what I think of when I think of America: Mountain Dew, barbecues, and rounders.
Mm-hmm. Gemini
This
Tay
was,
says Mountain Dew is so intense. Yeah, I,
I
I,
mean,
I, I avoid Mountain Dew myself. I'm more of a Sundrop person.
it's 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 base, as far as I could tell from what I had. It was yellow, weak limeade, or maybe lemonade.
It's not great.
Um, it wasn't great, but it was American, and a child from the 80s, which I was.
Uh-huh.
It was like the coolest thing ever because it was American,
I still
which should tell you
remember we
a
went to
lot.
some sort of like art fair or like local arts festival, or craft festival or something. And there was a truck there from the Pepsi Corporation, and they were giving out samples of Crystal Pepsi, which was like the clear
Oh, Crystal
Pepsi.
Pepsi! I remember
And
Crystal
and
Pepsi. It
it's
tasted like arse.
it's not like it tasted great or anything, but like I just remember as a child being like, "Whoa, clear Pepsi!" Like that's the only thing I
Yeah.
remember about that entire event was that there was a truck there giving
What was
out
the
clear
Coke
Pepsi.
one? Tab Clear?
Oh, I don't even know.
I remember there being a clear Coke version as well. But it was just like, oh my god, it was mind blowing. I remember the Pepsi challenge in the UK.
Hmm.
So it was a case of they basically did the whole Pepsi challenge. Is like, people when they don't know they're drinking Pepsi, they actually prefer Pepsi.
Uh huh.
So and then they hid the bottles, and they poured out a little bit of each one, and it was in my local, like, a mall, I guess, for months. And then it was just like, are you gonna are you gonna like the Pepsi or the Coke? We don't know. We could see them putting things on, it was like absolutely not a secret.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. It was bizarre, but yeah, no, the Pepsi challenge.
Oh, I wish I
Look
could.
it up.
I
Was a
wish I could
thing.
find. There's this great comic by Chris Straub, where a guy goes to the bar and says to the bartender, "Could I get a Jack and Coke?" And the bartender goes, "Is Pepsi okay?" And the guy says, "No, but fine," which is how I always feel. And like I'm right there with this poor guy. And then the third panel is the bartender with a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi and a 2-liter bottle of Coke, pouring them into the same glass. It's like
I prefer Pepsi. I prefer Pepsi. Just do. I can taste the difference. It's like you're not hiding anything when you're trying to test this. So I don't know what really the game plan is here, guys, but sure.
You don't need a game plan. Badger
Like
says
clothes.
Pepsi tastes like it has more cinnamon in it to me. Interesting. I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I think I actually agree with you, tasting Pepsi as I currently am.
Yeah, because I'm not good at like breaking down what flavors are inside something, so that could be entirely true. But I'd have to like.
Coke is more cloves. Pepsi's a bit more cinnamon. So.
Gotcha.
I mean, like Pepsi, like the whole like food conglomerate, like people wouldn't buy Pepsi, so PepsiCo actually bought like what was it, Taco Bell?
Yeah, they bought
Pizza
restaurants
Hut,
so that they could force people to drink their drinks.
and KFC. Yeah, so they had to buy those That's why you get those combination Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFCs.
Because it's just complex Pepsi delivery mechanism.
It is, but it is. That's the thing. And what they did is they just went, well, we're spending so much money on like 3 different places. We could just put them all into one place and just pay the rent on that one place.
It's not like any of them are particularly excellent.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying that they're terrible, because I've eaten at all of these places, and they're okay in a situation where there's not local options. You know, like if you're driving down the New Jersey Turnpike at the rest stops, they don't like have just like local pizzerias. They've got KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Huts, or whatever. So
yeah,
it's fine if you're
it's
a captive
fine.
audience.
It's just a case of but it's like one of those, it is what it is.
Yeah.
By the way, in case you're wondering why I'm being unceremonious and just going through it, guys, like I need to get to next month and start putting. My calendar is rock solid right now.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just chugging through this, and then I'm actually going to start on the calendars for next month rather than anything else. So
yeah, what's driving me nuts is like if I put something on my calendar, I think it's on my calendar. And then I assume it's on my calendar correctly. Right?
Yeah, that's the big problem.
So like, yeah, if I just throw something on there and then like it's like, oh, had the wrong year or had AM instead of PM or something stupid. Like having AM instead of PM is okay because my project manager can see my calendar. But if I put it the wrong month, or the wrong week, it's less likely to get caught. So, like, I'm really mad that I missed this Cub Fan Total Chaos thing. But, like, I've been trying to figure out, like, what I could have... But, like, I had, like, a weekly planning call with my project manager the night before. And we went through everything I had to do this week, made sure it was on my calendar or whatever. But just because I didn't realize that was this week, for whatever reason, it didn't come up. Like... So, I don't know. I need, like, a sanity checklist of, like, all upcoming collabs separate so that I can check, like, and confirm that this is on the calendar correctly. Because, yeah.
I'm glad it was yesterday because I had a meeting with Jem to go through some stuff.
Yeah.
and I never turned up. Fortunately, Total Chaos was going on at the same time, so Jem did that instead.
Oh boy.
So, sorry, Jem, by the way. I really
no.
felt bad about that when I realised that last night. Sorry. If you're still watching.
NJ says,
Please don't.
my project manager says, how do we miss that? I'm so sorry. No, NJ, this was on me. That's what I'm saying is, I'm trying to figure out how to make sure you have the information necessary to do your job. And, like, if I don't tell you this stuff, then you can't remind me about it. And if I don't remember to tell, so it's like, but like all this stuff is in messages and things that you don't have access to. So I have to make sure that it goes down, which once again, if I think it's on my calendar, I'm going to assume, oh, we'll talk about it when we go through my calendar. But if I put it on the calendar wrong, then we don't talk about it. So I need to have it listed in like a second or third place, right? And I haven't figured out what that looks like.
I sort of expected there to be a collab calendar for the hermits.
No.
Or at least stuff coming in the dark. There is nothing like that.
Aurelian
we
set
all
that
manage
up.
our own.
Aurelian set that up 10 years ago, and then nobody ever used it, and then Aurelian left and hasn't been back since. And so yeah, no, it's just nothing like that anymore.
We just manage our own stuff, really.
And then people constantly just drop out of things or don't show up because it's so... I was actually thinking is maybe I should create a Google Calendar. I should take over where Aurelian left off 8 years ago. Because that was season 1. We had a group calendar. And I feel like...
Yeah, like I say, I never knew that there was a group calendar anywhere.
It's been long enough that maybe... So the thing is, like, with stuff like that, if somebody does it and then it doesn't work, and you're like, well, let me try and do it. Everyone's like, Joe, you're not better than Aurelian. Stop. But, like, it's been so long that nobody probably remembers that we tried it and failed.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that way, all the other hermits can be like, oh, hey, this event isn't on there. So, we could put HHH on there. We could put Hang Out with Cleo and Joe on the craft stream. We could put whatever else people have.
If it makes you feel better, yours is not the biggest forgetting things faux pas that happened this week.
What else happened?
Because the sneak peek, B-Dubs forgot we were recording last live on Monday. He thought it was Tuesday, and we were like 5 seconds from starting when he finally got our messages and showed up.
Oh, so he did show up though.
Eventually, yes, but we waited like 45 minutes. It's like, where's B-Dubs? Where's B-Dubs?
You waited 45 minutes for him? Oh my gosh. That's a lot of people that are very busy. I mean, this is why I don't run events like this, because I would have said, we're starting without B-Dubs, and when he logs in, everybody gets to punch him open-handed once. I don't care if this is a limited health series, he should be here on time.
B-Dubs didn't record his footage. B-Dubs did record his footage. He's just not releasing a video. As a difference. Only subtly, though. It was just a moment,
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, I think that what we need to do is every time I have a weekly planning call with NJ, instead of just looking at my calendar, we also need to audit... Well, NJ can't look at it, but I need to audit the Hermitcraft Discord and check to make sure that there haven't been any announcements about meetings or collabs or something. Like, that just needs to be one of our steps every week. Because, like, I have to be the one to tell her this stuff, because NJ can't know.
Yeah, NJ can't just casually look through the Hermitcraft Discord.
No, that's on me. And, yeah. And that's the sort of thing, too, though, that, like, as more of us bring on help, having things like a collab calendar that's visible to all the hermits, but also that we are allowed to share with our staff, would, I think, really be helpful. Because, like, we need to be able to delegate stuff. We're running ourselves ragged. What? You're laughing, but, like, it's true.
I'm laughing because we just had a conversation about how tired I am.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, I'm constantly tired too, but, like, it's like, we need to be able to delegate more.
We do. I mean, I don't disagree, but it's a case of I think you're the only one that's got like a PA effectively, you know?
Well, NJ's not a PA because that's personal
Well, you know what
assistant,
I
right?
mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what a PA does, but like from what I've seen on TV, they like drop off dry cleaning and stuff. It's like that would actually be really handy. Is like if I could afford to pay somebody to like clean and cook and carry stuff places and drive stuff around, but I can't.
Okay, well my I thought PA was more about fixing your calendar and stuff.
Oh no, that's a secretary.
Okay.
Yeah. No, so
Okay.
those are different jobs. Like one person's in charge of scheduling and answering phones and the other one's in charge of like running errands. So like if I was like um
Okay.
I really need a pair of socks before I go on my flight. Can you run over to the store and pick me up a pack of socks? Cuz it's like in theory that's something that is
I
going
don't
to
like
eat
that
up.
that's a job, to be honest.
That is a
I
job.
feel like I don't like that it's a job though. I understand it's a job. I don't
Oh,
like that
yeah,
it's a
okay.
job.
So for example, okay, if I worked in Hollywood, remember the time I went to the grocery store and I drove home and I had a bottle of teriyaki explode in the back of my car and it took like 5 hours to
Yes.
clean? And it
I
was
remember
like,
that.
I was like, I should be editing or recording right now, but I'm spending half of my day cleaning out the trunk and the wheel well of my car, the spare wheel
Mhm.
well. Like, that's the sort of thing that you would hand to a personal assistant and say, I'm so sorry, but I need to spend 5 hours editing right now, not 5 hours cleaning my car. I don't have that though. I just spend 5 hours cleaning out my car, and then people don't get an episode that week. Like, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
that
No,
that's
I get you.
that's the difference. Uh,
It's the Joe Hill's difference.
I'm not gonna hire an unpaid intern. That's not an
That's
I don't believe in
that's not
unpaid internships.
no.
That's not okay. And I can't afford to pay somebody a living wage to do this stuff for me at this point. So,
No. I'm like, if all of this had happened, like all of the series that like happened next month for me,
uh-huh.
I would have been fine. I could have paid people to deal with it because the makeshift money would have come in by then.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, can't deal with it now. Maybe next month. Maybe next month.
Well, I mean, if
My
you
job
know
is
that money is coming in, I know you don't want to necessarily touch the money you have set aside for the house, but like you
well.
could
I'm starting work on that sort of things
oh, you're
on the
already
4th of April. Yeah, no,
okay.
I've got an appointment to sort out like when taxes go through.
Gotcha. Because I was gonna say
So
if you're not making that down payment on the house before your makeshift money comes in, you could basically borrow against that to hire an editor now.
I mean, I understand that is a thing I could do, but I can't do that because the house money is in my personal bank account, and since I just turned into a limited company,
Oh, yeah, that's not set up
the
properly.
money like I
Gotcha.
it's messy. It's messy.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I see where you're going with that one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's no sense in you going crazy when you've got the money coming in. You know.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm crazy anyway. So.
I know. I know. Clearly.
Clearly, this is what I do. It occurred to me, like what at the end, like yesterday.
Yeah.
I used to do a video a day and do a full-time job,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how I did that, even at my worst quality.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that.
Well, I think a big part of it was that we had lower expectations of what a video is, but
Mm.
what I found going back and watching those old videos, they were just as entertaining as our new videos. They weren't as polished, but like I
Yeah.
really think I'm obsessing too much about polish to some degree, and I'm trying to find
Same.
like my last episode I put out, I just did a single improvised take
Hmm.
of me running around the server talking about stuff I worked on in February, and then I did overlays with replay mod replays of like me actually doing that work.
Yeah.
And that came out great. And You know, now I'm doing this card game thing with XP Crafted, and I've got a ton of overlays and stuff like that, so I'm spending a lot of time editing it, and I'm like, you know, I think this episode will be fine, but I'm looking at how many hours I'm spending editing it and thinking about, will it be that much better than if I just did an episode like I used to, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I've got a Hermitcraft. Like I did a couple of games with Impulse for that, and that's just going to be my Hermitcraft episode
mhm,
in this space of time where I've got 3 series running at the same time.
yeah,
So it's going to have to be that.
yeah. I mean, because I really, I want to be pushing myself creatively, and I am
Mhm.
definitely learning a lot from using more advanced editing techniques and things like that, but at the end of the day, I'm like, should this be happening at the expense of my production schedule? Should I be putting out one episode every 2 weeks because I'm obsessing about trying to get this stuff right? Or should I just
Yeah.
be playing more fast and loose and getting people, things
Well,
more
I'm like
regularly?
the Impulse stuff is what, 2 hours of footage. I'm probably going to just cut out the ums, the whats, and the maybes, and just go.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because, like, in theory, my XB crafted episode, I've
mhm.
got it at the point where I have what I call like a rough cut, where
Uh-huh.
if I had to upload it because I was flying out tomorrow, it
Mhm.
doesn't contain any part where I'm like, oh, hey, Cub fan, man, I was just on the phone with my bank and I had to give them these 4 digits, which is the last 4 of my social security number. Like, there's nothing in there that's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
if this episode goes out, I'm in trouble. I have to take it down. Like,
I get it. I
but
get
like,
it.
there's definitely still like a lot of like, um, okay, I could speed up this part. I could, there's a part here where, one of us like thinks about what card to play for 90 seconds. I could cut that down. Like
Yeah.
there's room for improvement. Still.
No, I get you. I get you. Um, I'm looking for pastel stuff for April and Easter, and
Uh-huh.
also to just calm me down a little bit. That's fine. That's fine.
Gotta calm your Cleo, everybody. Calm your Cleo.
Sometimes I need that though, Joe. I
I
just need
believe you.
chill
I believe you.
and like little bubbles, and it's pretty. Jellyfish. Like I'm just looking for like pastels and blues and calming colors.
Mhm.
This is where my axolotls lives. They live in this box. So yeah, greens and ocean stuff, and like a bunch of ocean stuff. That'll do. I don't know what this is. This I'll use this. I have good cat washi tape too. I don't know what that is, but I'm glad you have it.
A cat? It's like a mammal.
Oh, thanks, Joe. I didn't know.
That's the best I
It's
can do. I don't.
appreciated.
It's what is it?
You tried, Joe. You tried.
Felicite. Is it the Animalia Felicite? I don't know.
Felidae.
Felidae. Okay.
You meant gold. Okay, fair enough. See, and that's pretty in pastel as well. Not interested in most of this stuff. Like I feel like doing like a chill. I mean, I could get, if I can remember where it is, I could get like the thing out and do like pastel like gingham stuff.
Oh, that's fun.
It would be fun. I think it's cute. But that would require getting up and getting the other test tape to maybe later. Maybe that's for next week when I do the main part of this. I'm just trying to jam out as much days of the week so I can just plan.
Oh,
You know?
I just realized that for the last 45 minutes, the thing I'm drawing has not been in frame on the upper right. I was showing a different
And
part.
no one told you this.
No one told me. No one's like, Joe, what are you coloring? It's like the opposite of. It's fine.
And there's some mushrooms. And oh, teeny tiny Cleo, thank you very much.
Yeah, no Cleo cam today.
What do you mean Cleo cam?
So
What?
usually,
I understand.
yeah, like if I have the inset, excuse me, if I have the
But
inset with you in it.
neither me nor Joe have the capacity today to do anything.
Oh.
So
Oh, you know what? You know what I did this week that, like, arguably maybe not the best use of my energy, but it was on sale for, like, I saved like $800 if I bought it this week. And I was like, this is something that I know I'm gonna want,
okay.
and I'm gonna be really annoyed if we get to May and I'm paying like $1,000 for it instead of 200. So Restream.io, the people that I use for the multi-camera streaming thing, had
Yeah.
they added a new feature where you can stream directly to your website.
Okay.
And so I've been looking at trying to set something like that up myself, but it's kind of a hassle. I've done stuff like this before, but it's it's a lot of extra overhead to deal with, right?
Yeah.
So I was planning on trying to do this myself, and then I was like, well, or I could just pay them like $180 now, or $980 if I miss this sale, to upgrade my annual plan. And so basically now, if you go to joehills.net/live, you'll get a little video player that is neither Twitch nor YouTube. And it's nowhere near perfect because they just added this feature and it doesn't have things like volume control, or it's like very like early days. That's why they gave such a steep discount for people who wanted to like help test it, I think. But yeah, so once that actually is like fully operational, that'll be really nice because then I don't have to stress. Like if I want to do a stream where I'm like clearly breaking the Twitch or YouTube terms of service,
Yeah.
I can just stream it directly to joehills.net/live.
That is true. That is the thing you could do.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about that.
Sounds like fun.
Yay. But it'll probably be a month or two until they get their infrastructure caught up to like and like make some tweaks. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit for improvements there. But
Yeah.
I'm very excited, but like the rough proof of concept is working. You can go to joehills.net/live and see a worse version of the video. But one day it'll be on par with the other sites. And that day will be fantastic. But
and it will be a wonderful day, and we believe in you, Joe.
yeah, the thing is, if I waited 2 months for them to fix it, then I'd be paying full price. And yeah, so I'm very excited.
Thank you to Mocha for gifting a sub. It's appreciated. And Arnope has subscribed to me. Thank you. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits.
Yeah.
Pretty colors. I'm at this point. I'm just chill. It's just like I'm just making things. I'm just doing a thing that needs to happen so I can get my life in order.
Yay. Yeah. Well, Restream is also based out of Ukraine, and so like I'm kind of happy to like help businesses there, you know. Because they're having a hard time, obviously, these days.
Yeah, they're not doing hot at the moment.
Being invaded by Russia is always what the youth call a bummer, and so anything I can do to slightly make life
alleviate
a little better.
the bummer.
Yeah.
That's why we're here, to alleviate the bummer.
Oh my gosh, that could be the tagline for our craft stream. Crafts with Joe and Cleo. Alleviate the bummer.
Sometimes, Joe, we're the bummer.
We are! Alleviate us! Alleviate us!
The youth. Me and Joe are arguably no longer the youth. And I agree that statement, the bummer, is maybe not a youth statement.
Oh.
Just putting that out there. But why would we care about that? It's fine.
Toxic Glitter writes, my go-to phrase as a youth is, it's a bunch.
It's a lot. Is mine, but I was youth, but not in this century.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Actually, when do you stop being youth?
I think probably
Because
around.
you can have youthful adults as well.
Yeah. But like in terms of like being I would say when you're old enough to vote,
Okay.
probably.
I feel like that's not. I feel like 20s are still youth. Maybe not the youth though.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like when we talk about like the youth, when we talk about they're the people society needs to look to because they can't vote themselves, right? When we think about the youth, we're acting on behalf of the people who don't have the franchise to act.
We're voting on behalf of the people that would probably disagree with the way the majority of adults voted.
Yes.
Fortunately, I think most of the youth actually kind of are. I'm not going to say are on my wavelength, but you know,
The kids
I
are
feel
all
like I'd vote
right, I think
for
is
them. The
the
kids, I think the kids are all right.
oh, I think the kids are all right. I like yeah.
I think they are. I think in general, I think the kids are correct. You know?
Well, you better come correct. Okay. I'm gonna put that there.
I mean, anyone who's saying the kids are not correct better have a statement for reasons why. Because they're going up against me, and I can talk around people quite a lot, which I've noticed about myself recently.
Mm-hmm. What does talk around people mean?
It means that I'm better at talking than most people.
Okay, you can talk circles around people. Not
Yeah,
like
in general.
okay.
No.
I just wanted to make sure because that was one of those like okay, this feels like a colloquial thing, but I'm not 100% confident.
Yeah, I can talk circles around most people. Not
Okay.
all people, but most people. If I feel that they are wrong and I get on my bloody high horse,
Mm-hmm.
I can talk a lot.
Gotcha.
Wow, caps lock. That was a mishmash of what do you call it? Autocorrect, I think. I think you meant to say they would probably say 22 instead of they polyester day, which is great. Which is a great sense because I was just like, am I that far out of the loop that there's a youth thing called the polyester day? So I appreciate that one.
Is that like to celebrate Polynesian people?
I don't. It's an autocorrect thing, but my brain was going, "What is this? This is a new thing. I don't know what this is. Someone's cooler than me," which happens a lot. But you know, it's polyester day. Every day is polyester day.
Or it was the day before. It's been the worst day since polyester.
Ah.
But yeah, I actually do need to look at. I need to get a new spring jacket before I go to England because I think it's gonna be like awkwardly the temperature where like my heavy jackets are gonna be too heavy.
I mean, I think we agreed it was going to be about 10 or 12 degrees C.
Yeah, but so the thing is, I haven't actually figured out what that is in. So if I go to the weather app on my phone, I have London in here in Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. It's gonna be raining.
It's snowing today. So.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 44 to 56 on Monday, 38 to 47 on Tuesday. 36 to 49. This is actually pretty just cold. 42 to 51.
It's pretty
41 to
cold
56.
at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, so
This
maybe
is
I
like
don't need a spring jacket. Maybe I'd
most people
wear one of my...
would be wearing their big coats
Yeah, because
right
the big
now.
thing is I whatever coat I wear, I have to take through the airport, and like I'm
Hmm.
trying to travel with just one backpack. So if I
Yeah.
wear a big heavy coat, it's going on me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wearing it on the plane at that point. But yeah. Oh, when I fly out, it's gonna be 33 to 40. Oh no, wait. No, when I fly out, it's gonna be Sunday. It's gonna be 54 at the warmest, so I won't be dying with the heavier coat. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if I wear my burlap ball cap, is that gonna be horribly unfashionable? I asked Badger this, but I want to hear your opinion as well.
I don't know what you mean by burlap ball cap.
Can I
Let's
go get
start
it real
with that.
quick? Okay.
Yeah,
1 second.
sure. I need to go.
Just walking away.
That's okay. I'm just logging into Joe's stream so I can see what a burlap ball cap.
Reapproaching, but I can't hear you until I get my headphones on. Da, da, da. Okay.
Mute. Okay.
Okay, so I'm putting it down here.
Burlap ball cap. Okay.
Yeah, I put it down on my camera here.
What is Badger saying about this?
Badger says I'll look American, which
You will.
you know, that's what people expect, along with me being loud. So so I can't tell if so Badger says it's fine if I wear it, but I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, I don't think people will care, Joe.
Okay, because I can only really bring one hat, but with my hair, it goes everywhere if I don't have a hat. So
I mean, like, if you're planning on going out places, you know, it's maybe. Where are you planning on going? Is it a posh place?
I don't. Okay, so well, we're gonna be going to a comedy club.
Yes, I saw.
Badger
Can't make it because recording.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah. Well, and we had talked about possibly going to a pub or something another day.
I mean,
if
comedy club and pub, it's fine for that.
If you would actually come, we can make formal arrangements like this week, and I can send you a message. But like, I don't know if anybody actually wants to go through the trouble of coming into London on a weeknight to hang out. So
I mean, it is a lot.
It's yeah, I feel like it's asking a lot. So, and like since we're there such a short time, and I won't be able to easily change plans on the fly.
Yeah. We'll do it for the next time you're over, I'm sure.
Yeah. Tuesday is the best day for meets because of the tube strike on Wednesday. If we did some, yeah.
Oh God, the tube strike. Oh God.
So yeah, I mean the other thing is like, Cleo, would it be easier for you to get into Hampstead than Central London? I don't know.
No.
Okay.
No. Like I say, there's recording stuff going on.
On Tuesday as well?
I mean, at the moment, it's up in the air for reasons. Let's just put it like that.
Okay, so not that we want to throw anybody under the bus,
but I'll tell you later.
Not that we want to throw anyone under the bus, but it's clearly my fault.
No, but it is a hermit's fault.
Oh.
Hang on, I'm just gonna type to you. I'm just gonna let you know what's going on.
Badger says all railway stations are in central London, to be frank. Oh, okay, so getting to Hampstead wouldn't be easier than getting to central London.
No.
Okay, well, I also wasn't sure, like, if it would be easier to drive to Hampstead rather if you weren't... Because you still have a car, right?
I do, but I'm not driving into central London.
Okay, well, Hampstead isn't central London, though, is it?
I'm not driving into London.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know how this stuff works. Yeah, I absolutely, like, if you were in Atlanta, I would not drive into Atlanta.
See, that's the reason why we're up in the air about scheduling.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Driving into London sucks. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I stopped doing geology stuff.
Well,
Because I
wait, wait,
had to
wait.
keep on driving
So,
into bloody London.
well, but that person's not in the witchcraft series. So you're saying that the other thing might get...
It's the other series.
If the other thing got moved, though, then that would free you up on Monday night to come to the comedy club.
Yes, it would. So we'll have to see what goes on.
Okay.
I'm not saying I would definitely come.
Well, that's
but I
fair.
would look into it.
That's fair.
I would look into it.
Because apparently Badger...
Depends if I have a massive anxiety attack, which isn't out of the question.
Well, the thing
beforehand.
is, Badger knows like some of the the organizer and like some of the comedians, I think, that are going to be there. So it'll be cool to get to meet her friends, but it would also look nice if like I had friends. Like, and here's this guy who has no friends. I mean, my friends are all in America. That's not fair. Like,
I mean, to be fair, I think most people would give you a pass.
I think so too. I think it would actually be okay. But
yeah,
if you did want to come, like all the attention would not be on you necessarily because there would be other people there. So if that helps with your anxiety.
I mean, it really doesn't.
Okay.
But I will do my best. I promise you I will do my best to come see you.
That would be fantastic. I'll be very recognizable. I have bright green glasses, and Badger has bright pink hair, which she just got re-dyed. So
Joe will be the one in the ball cap. I think I know what Joe looks like.
Yeah. Toxic Glitter says, I have friends. They're just Canadian and you haven't met them.
Okay. Breathing. Joe is asking pretty. Honestly, like I say, I will try not to have a panic attack if that helps.
Okay.
I don't know if I can promise that.
Emily W says, you won't look as American as the guy on my Germany trip who wore American flag Crocs on travel days between cities. I do not own, nor do I plan to own Crocs. Don't buy me them because I'll give them away. I do not like them. Sam, I am. But yeah.
Joe be the one embarrassing me on purpose. Like, Abby, as somebody who has met me in real life, that first meeting was a lot. And I struggled with that whole first day. So you of all people know what it's going to end up like. Particularly if I'm meeting like multiple people.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I mean, as a person who knows me in real life, you can probably back up that I'm going to be weird.
Yeah.
This tape is so cute. This is the one that Abby got me.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's a shame there's not like a Devin Townsend show or something where it's like I could reliably count on Asuma to show up and just like just wander around. Oi, mate. See when somebody says "oi, mate" back, it's like, oh, that doesn't sound like Asuma. What about this guy? Oi, mate. Oi, mate. Hey, that's Asuma.
Like, the best part about this is I know. Like, here's the thing. I know exactly where Azuma lives. We've never met. But I know where he lives because, or at least I know the approximate area where he lives.
Yeah.
Because he did a video once of him cycling down country roads. And I'm like, I know that place. He's like 10 or 20 miles from me, tops.
Nice.
So...
Thank you, Quirky, for tipping 10. That's going to rotate me up to 121 degrees angular. Appreciate you, Quirky.
I am so stressed about meeting people.
Okay, Cleo, Badger has asked me to tell you that there are a lot of breaks between the acts. So if you need to pull an Irish goodbye because you're feeling overstimulated, you could do so without being disruptive.
I appreciate that. I think the screen mask would give him away. No, I don't actually think he wears that on a regular basis.
Unlike the glasses, which I can't afford a second pair. People are like, wait, you just wear those on the street? I'm like, these were like, because my eyes are so bad. Even if I didn't have the fancy frames, the lenses are like $300 because
Uh-huh.
my eyes are stupid bad. Like,
Right.
uh, and so like in order to, like, I could theoretically get the same prescription cheaper if the lenses were like twice as heavy or 3 times as heavy because I pay for the weight reduction lenses because otherwise they would just fall off my face unless I had one of those like tennis things, the clips on the glasses all the time. So
Yeah.
Coyote Lovely says, are there people with multiple pairs of glasses? Well, if your prescription isn't bad and your lenses are relatively cheap, there's no reason not to, from a fashion standpoint, to have multiple
I
pairs of
have
glasses.
4 sets of pretty much the same set of glasses
Mm-hmm.
because over here it was buy one get one free,
Yeah.
and I wanted a pair of glasses and a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh, so I
And I
do.
bought those, and they just went, "Do you just want another pair of just like regular glasses for like?" So I got 4 sets of glasses.
Yeah. I mean, I do have like my old set of glasses from like 5 or 6 years ago as like a fallback if my main ones
Yeah,
break, and I'm
I mean,
probably gonna
I've
take.
got
I'm gonna take those with me because I'm traveling, but like, in case these break, but like, uh,
these are my glasses. I also have these in green, so but I also have them in green with sunglass lenses.
mhm.
So it's like they just throw glasses at you. It's just not like, do you just want another pair? Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Rex Verdi tips 24 and says, one water at the airport for your trip. Thanks, Rex. That's about right. That brings us up to 145 degrees angular. Do 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 do.
I'm not
Appreciate.
really big on pink. I actually went for the green ones, but I have 4 pink ones. I was gonna get this. It was a whole thing. I have 3 pink ones and 1 green one. I prefer the green ones. So it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, because my lenses are so expensive, even if they're like, we have a special or whatever, buy one, get one, they're like, well, we'll give you the frames, buy one, get one, but you gotta buy the lenses anyway. And I'm like, oh, well, that's the expensive part. So,
When you're too anxious to tell them you don't like them, so you get glasses you don't like. Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's it. It was just sort of like I like the green ones, but yeah, we'll just do all these in pink. Okay. That's it. That was it. Oh dear.
Tommy says, Joe, you can't be shocked when people think your glasses are only a stream bit. It's not like you carry the chains around with you in person. Sometimes I actually do wear them. They're very stylish. There's a bunch of pictures of me on Twitter wearing the chains around town. I'm not gonna take them through the airport because they're gonna be like, that's a weapon you cannot take on an airplane. Not even gonna try.
It's probably best not to.
I know, right? I
I'm
do
just-
know.
Sorry, my brain has just got me anxious already.
Oh, Cleo, it's gonna be okay.
I'm so sorry. Like my brain is just like, oh, you're gonna do a thing that you're gonna hate, but also probably like a little bit. We're just gonna send you into a massive over spiral of anxiety. That's great.
Yeah.
All fun.
Yeah.
How are the cats? Cats are good.
Yeah.
One of them is having surgery on the 17th to get her back 2 sets of teeth removed. Yeah, but she's all right at the moment. She won't be. She won't be.
Yeah. So, if I have like kind of 3 choices for outerwear, which of these would be the least unstylish, or what would be preferable?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I have like a standard black pea coat.
Uh-huh.
I have a black leather jacket with a cotton hood, and I have like a brown leather jacket that's more like a workwear.
I mean, I take the black leather with a cotton hood personally.
Okay.
That's my feeling. It like I don't know.
Yeah, the
It's not
part of
me
the
you're trying
problem
to
is none of them
impress.
go well under my raincoat. This is part of why I was like, I need to get like a spring jacket underlayer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could wear, because like the leather jackets I think are too bulky to put the raincoat on over. Probably the pea coat too, now that I'm thinking about it. I might just, I might,
I don't know the answer.
yeah, I might just, I've got a gray fleece I don't love, but. Sorry, I mean, this is what you're talking about things that make you anxious, and my brain's like, what makes me anxious? And it's like figuring out what outerwear to take on an international trip. This is what I'm panicking about. I'm like, I need to go.
Is Joe the kind of person to wear a leather jacket with bright blue jeans?
Uh, I mean, they're not bright. Like, hold on. Let me move my
I
coffee
don't
so I
mean to
don't
look.
kick it off the desk. Like,
Okay, chat. We need to crowdsource Joe's clothes.
I mean, are those bright?
Let's have a look. They're pretty bright.
Okay.
They're pretty new looking. We're doing Joe dress up. We should make a Pinterest board. Yes.
Somebody says they match the hat. Well, that's why I like this hat, because it goes well with the jeans.
Help Joe pack stream. Jesus.
Rex says those are dark blue jeans. That's what I thought. And they also match my shoes. Dang it, there goes the abacus. So yeah, I've got socks that match my laces also because I'm so stylish. The socks are kind of teal that match the accents on the laces.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's in focus. Oh boy, it's hard to get my leg back out from here.
I'm seeing it in a tiny screen, so it doesn't really make much difference to me whether it's in focus or not. I get the gist.
People are saying I need a denim jacket. This look needs more denim.
You do not need... No.
Are those not stylish over there?
If you're wearing a denim jacket with denim jeans, I'm out. Just now. I'm just gone. Just saying that now.
Purple Gallium says, is like all your clothing the same color for simplicity? No, I mean, I'm wearing like a green... How do I get my... Let me just... I'm wearing a green, what do you call it, tank top.
Joe has two colors, blue and green.
Yeah, I've got a lot of teal.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, though, is the way my Minecraft character dresses is actually how I just dress in real life a lot of the time. Like, I just have blue jeans and a teal shirt. So it's like, that's the problem, is just like trying to figure out, like, oh man, I need to, like, other than, like, I mean, I do have, like, pinstripe suits and, like, stuff like that. But I'm not going to be bringing a suit with me.
Yeah, no. Like, how you normally dress will be fine, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Unless Badger says it won't be, and then I don't.
Well, Badger says just putting a hoodie under my raincoat won't be warm enough. That's the thing, is, like, I feel like I need... Yeah.
I mean, you're from Tennessee. I expect you to feel the cold. I like if I turn up, I will probably turn up in just a jumper.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like, I don't feel the cold that much. So...
No, I'm not going to buy camo. So Elusivity says if I really want to look American, go buy camo. No, I'm good. If I want to blend in, I wear chroma green.
Look, if you come wearing the American flag, we'll know.
I'm not going to wear an American flag.
Good. That's what we're after.
Yeah. I've got some button-down shirts that are like easy enough. Like most hotels in England have ironing boards in the rooms, right? Or irons.
Oh yeah.
That's not like only an American thing. So I'm gonna throw a few button-down shirts in my bag and then iron them when I get there. So yeah,
Makes sense.
I'll probably have like a button-down shirt and jeans at the comedy thing. Uh, Badger says I have plenty of spare hoodies.
Puppies.
Ooh, Badger, can you send me pictures of the hoodies and like let me pick?
Hair color at the moment.
But I
We're
also will
kind of
need something I can wear
gingery,
to the airport.
dark ginger.
Yeah.
See you later, Kish.
Yeah, the problem is I lost my like one of my like base layers that I used for most like
Mm-hmm.
mid-range weather on a trip to visit a friend recently, and so it's
Mm-hmm.
like there's just this hole in my wardrobe for like something that I could wear underneath my raincoat that's traps a lot
Yeah.
of heat. Um, and so it's very frustrating. Poor timing. I mean, at the same time though, it was kind of like one of those things like I've been wearing it for like 4 or 5 years, and like the sleeves were like stained because I would wear it like camping or outdoors a lot, and so it's like maybe
Lovely.
not the best, you know, maybe something visibly stained isn't the best look for traveling to another country and whatnot. So
Yeah, maybe not.
yeah, so it's like I know what I would have worn, and maybe it's good that it's not an option, but I'm kind of annoyed anyway.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it.
Okay, Badger says I get to choose between Nine Inch Nails or Ghost. Oh, I like the idea of having a thing that says Ghost, and people are like asking about it. I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen the new series yet because it's not in America, but I really like that the lady can see the ghost, but her husband can't. I think that's really funny. And it's like, isn't that for the band Ghost? Oh, people see what they want to see, unless they want to see ghosts, in which case you can only see them if you got pushed out a window. Um. Luxury13 says Joe's put more thought into clothing for this trip than I have for anything. Well,
Same.
like I said, I think I'm gonna go shopping because I need to replace this thing anyway, and I need something to wear to the airport
Mm-hmm.
under the raincoat because it's gonna be raining when I leave here too, and I might have to take the bus to the airport, depending on if one of my friends can drop me off. Since I
Yeah.
don't want to bring my phone, I don't want to like deal with lifts. I know you can technically call a lift and then not have a phone with you, but it's like it's also $4 to take the bus to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's $2 to take the bus to the airport. I have to change buses, and it's like a multi-step process. But like, it's $23 cheaper. Coyote Lovely says, I think it's romantic you're fussing over your clothing options. Thank you, Coyote Lovely.
Thank you, Canna Russia, for the tip. I'm not reading that out, but I appreciate the understanding.
Oh, yeah. Tips are also welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills if you want to send me secret messages that just tell me not to read it out loud at the beginning of it.
Or they didn't tell me not to read it out loud. I'm just not reading it out loud because it's
Okay.
about anxiety and stuff.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to cry. So, you know.
Yeah. I also can choose not to read things out loud if I think they will be upsetting. Like, there's no guarantee that if you post a question in your tip, I will read it. Like, like, dear Joe, I see the Yankees are having another season soon. How come you're not playing third base? Not reading this.
If you could dye your hair any color with no risk of any anxiety or anything, would that make sense? What color would you go? I can dye my hair any color without any risk of anxiety. I work for myself.
Exactly.
Currently, I am a dark ginger. Because I didn't want to bleach my hair at the hairdressers because I don't want to bleach my hair.
Craig Serrata says, please, Joe, the Yankees really need a third baseman. They know how to reach me.
They've
That's on
tried,
them.
Joe.
No, I
They've
doubt
tried. Ah, dear. Last views are basically along the spectrum of blue, purple, and pink. I've been considering dyeing my hair like fun colors,
Mm-hmm.
but my brain is like, you don't like bleach, and I'm like, I don't like bleach.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
no rainbow hair potential leak info. Like, my hair looks like an average person's hair. Well, not an average person's hair color, but my hair looks like my hair looks like hair. So, you know, it doesn't look like, I say hair. It looks like natural hair ish, except for the roots are showing. So,
Badger says, I'm an introvert who hates attention, and I have bright pink hair.
yeah. But is it like your hair? I feel like has, like, either you are blonde or you bleach, and I don't know what the answer to that is.
Well,
It doesn't
so
really make much
like
difference.
in Badger's case, the answer is paying a professional to do the bleaching.
Well, yeah. Even so, I don't like I pay a professional to do my hair. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
The issue is I don't like bleaching my hair.
Okay.
Um,
I gotta say, every time that your Carol the Zombie says, "Is Cleo funny?" I'm just like, who is this? Like, I just see this, and I was like, I think it's somebody coming into your chat and be like, "Is Cleo even funny?" Like, huh. And I'm always like immediately like incensed, like, oh, somebody's about to get beat down. Of course, Cleo's funny. And I'm like, oh, it's just the bot that always.
I wrote that message, Joe.
I know
I
you did, but
appreciate you
every
leaping
time
to
I
my
see it, it activates my like, you coming after my friends. You're gonna get hit.
I like that you want to beat down my bot, though. I appreciate it.
Bot beating. Time to throw hands.
I appreciate you, Joe. Dear.
Okay.
Like, the problem with my hair and bleaching, because people are asking, is that my hair's very fine. So if I were to bleach, I've got a lot of hair and it's very fine. If I were to bleach, it's more likely to become damaged than thicker hair. So
that makes sense.
That's why I don't like bleaching my hair. Joe's too cute. I think Joe's the right amount of cute, I think.
I could be cuter.
I don't know that's possible, Joe.
I think it's very possible. Yeah. I fully admit that I am too lazy to get the amount of exercise to get my bust back where it should be. Like, but man, when I was doing the Marine Corps workouts every day, like, yeah, I definitely looked better.
Mocha has gifted another sub. Thank you very
like,
much.
I am not filling out my shirt the way I used to.
Oh, like, no, I'm currently like overweight and stuff, so you know, it's like I am working on it though. Like, I've got like a trainer and stuff. I say a trainer. It's like you know, we're doing weightlifting because I'm just like, might not ever be able to be skinny, but I can be strong.
That's fair.
So, you know, is there maybe a less harmful way of doing it? What, the
bleaching?
The hair? I mean, yeah, bleaching, it can be done well, but like I say, if I bleach too often because of my hair type, it's going to be an issue. And I don't want to have rubbish hair looking.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I can't spend a lot of money on my hair because that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah. I really, like, I don't know. I guess this is one of those things. I don't have any problem with bleaching my hair. Like, in turn, or with dyeing my hair. I don't have any like objection to it. I just don't have any motivation to do it either. Like for some people it's like a way they express themselves, right? Or like they feel like it, like it's meaningful for how they want to present themselves to the world. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel that, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no I don't want to go back to the word motivation, but like there's no incentive. Like I don't feel like it would affect my happiness in any way, and I feel like it would cost me money. And spending money on something that I don't think will make me happy seems
Mm-hmm.
like a waste of money. Like, or it almost feels like for example, some people really like collecting figurines. Like I could go spend $120 on a figurine, but I wouldn't get any joy out of it the way that
Yeah.
other people do, so I shouldn't spend that money.
Yeah. No, that makes sense to me.
uh Hey, looks like a
Choo
tip just rolled
choo.
in from Tommy Boy, who says, "Tommy family secret message: whisper, 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 whisper." Uh, Thank you, Tommy, for the 5. I'm gonna rotate the camera up to 150 degrees. Like,
Thank you, Jamon.
if I was gonna be in a play, and somebody was like, "Joe, we need you to play Millhouse's dad. Can you dye your hair blue for this part?"
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, "Oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna play Millhouse's dad in this play. I need to have blue hair." But like for what I'm doing now, there's no incentive, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
A Mad Hatter writes,
Um,
"Is Joe funny? Send a tip to show your appreciation." Dang it, Mad Hatter.
Thank you, Jamon, for the 90-month resub. Thank you, Masani, for the Cleo biddies, and McLesley for the Cleo biddies. And thank you for the hype train, guys. I appreciate you. Choo choo. Ex hubby's black hair turned orange with bleach, and that was hilarious. I feel like you might be biased. Like I say, the problem is not dyeing my hair. It's the staying dyed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Uh, Badger says, if my hair wasn't pink, I would henna it again. Love that look. I don't know what hennaing hair means. Like I know
it
henna
depends on the
tattoos, but what's henna
like
hair?
it's just herbal dye, really.
Ah.
But it tends to be like it can go from reddy black all the way to bright red.
Mm.
So Elusivity's gifted 5 subs to the community. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Hufflepuff says, "What about chroma green? That would be a fun hair color." Like I said, if I thought it would make, if I like, that's the sort of thing, I wouldn't necessarily mind doing as like a goal for a charity stream or something like that. But that I
Mm-hmm.
would be doing it for someone else. I wouldn't be doing it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but even then, like, uh, yeah, like it's one of those things where like I don't know. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's just one of those things that's not for me. It's like something other people like.
Yeah.
I understand why they like it, but like it just to me doesn't
Mm-hmm.
do anything.
Thank you, Mocha, for the sleepy choo choo. I appreciate you. If you want to pop a color with low maintenance, I recommend a peekaboo dye, which is just a section on the underside of your hair, bleached and dyed, so it grows out. Roots won't stir as much. That's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thought, actually.
Hey, Mini Cheese Mouse tips 20 and says maybe enough for a pint in London. I have no idea what a pint in London costs, but okay, thank you, Mini Cheese Mouse.
I
That's
mean,
gonna bring us up to
like
170.
that's enough for like 2 pints
Oh wow,
in London.
man. Okay,
So,
so yeah, yesterday, I took my daughter to a women's league pinball tournament, and beforehand we
mm-hmm,
met up with a bunch of friends at a Mexican restaurant, and
mm-hmm.
their Tuesday special was that a pitcher of margarita a pitcher was $14. So, like, yeah. So, I'm sure pints in London are gonna be like beers in Boston, to $10 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
not wrong. You are not wrong.
Lev B tips 5 and says, just out of curiosity, how much of a cut do you get from YouTube Super Chat? Trying to figure out whether there's better than PayPal fees for more tips. Let's go ahead and rotate 5. YouTube does all sorts of weird calculations with the Super Chats, especially with foreign currencies. In general, the PayPal cut is always better, but the YouTube tips are still appreciated. It's still worth accepting YouTube tips, but if you can do either, I wouldn't complain if you chose PayPal. But I'm not going to complain if you choose YouTube either.
Ain't that the truth? Aw, thank you, Mini Cheese Mouse, for the 20 quid. I appreciate it.
Compact disc superior audio says a bunch of friends is Joe flexing. Well, no, I didn't want to imply that I ordered a $14 pitcher and drank the whole thing. No,
Yeah,
that
no.
was the thing I was trying to clarify. Gotcha. Badger says a London pint around here is £5 to £6 sterling, depending on where you are. Got it.
Yeah, so about $10.
Okay.
$5 for one beer, and that's if it's cheap. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we'll probably have to stop by. I don't know. Do you guys have like just normal liquor stores there, or is it like?
You mean the supermarket?
Oh,
yeah.
you can buy liquor in the supermarket. Yeah, because. Yeah.
Yeah. Crystalite has gifted a sub. Thank you very much indeed. It's appreciated. Exchange rate is closer to 1 to 1 now. That's true.
Okay, Badger says they've already picked up whiskey and tequila to bring to the hotel. Awesome. Woo. Thank you. Ooh, nice whiskey. Woo, even better. Thank you, Badger. You're the best. Okay. So, continuing to actually slowly but surely work on this.
Yeah, well, like I've managed to get, like I said, I was going to try and get all the dates done for next month, for April, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I just got, what's that? That's the 23rd. Just got 1 more week to do. 1 more week to do.
1 more week to do.
Journal looks really pretty. It looks even prettier if it's got stuff in it. So, you know, I haven't even finished this bit, but I need to get the date diaries in right now, because otherwise they won't be there when I need them to write stuff in. And the next 2 months is just rammed. Next 2 months is just rammed.
Ooh, Badger says I also have margarita ingredients. Yay! Cha Cha says pixel art is gorgeous. What part of the machine will that be on? This is the part of the back box. If I zoom out here, you can see like the whole thing is like 2 back box 2 sides, center, which is the front where the coin door is. So this is the right side of the back box that we're looking at right now.
There will be an alcohol party at the hotel. I mean, I don't drink, so
yeah. No,
and
that's
I wasn't invited back to any hotel because that's weird.
Yeah, no, I've found though that like with conventions and stuff, if you have like a bottle of liquor or whatever at the hotel room, then there's less like, oh, while we're out, we should get an extra pint. Like it's you end up saving a lot of money because it's like, oh, okay, we can just go have drinks when we get back to the room, or whatever.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, not for me.
Fair enough.
I don't mind other people getting drunk so long as they're not like messy drunk.
Oh, Cleo, I'm never messy.
I know that's a lie.
No, I'm constantly messy. I'm just not a messy drunk. Because, no, the thing is, because of my digestive problems, I can't drink fast enough. I would get sick from my digestive problems before I got sick from being drunk. So I have to pace myself. So, yeah.
Yeah. Understood.
Badger says, I only drink with Joe. Well, I don't know how to take that, because it either makes it look like I'm super controlling and I'm like, you better not be drinking with other people. Or it makes it look like I drive you to drink because I'm so insufferable.
I mean, I feel you, Badger, on that last.
Cleo's like, I don't normally drink, but now that we're talking about meeting Joe, I'm thinking about it really hard.
I mean, whilst that isn't wrong, that's not a reflection on you.
Yeah. No, that's fair, Badger.
Take a shot every time Joe says anything. I just took it as Joe is a safe person to drink around.
That's fair. Pratham says, bro, are you in space? How are you floating? Chroma keying. Ooh. Also, we rotate the camera when tips come in by $1 per degree. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. Woo!
Plenty of non-alcoholic drinks available. Yeah, that's fine. Again, I don't mind drinking. Like normal stuff.
Withervane says, I drink with my partner because it's the most enjoyable company to drink in. See? Good partnering, Withervane. Top shelf. Okay.
I only drink when it's on stream.
Some people
Like,
only drink when it's on tap, so you're in good company.
I when I'm streaming. Like, the thing about me is that I know how to pace myself because my teeth go numb when I'm getting to the point where I've had enough. So when my teeth go numb, it's like, okay, I need to stop now. So it is what it is. The New Year's stream, it was so much fun. I enjoyed it. And as somebody who doesn't enjoy drinking, it's a good way of putting it. I just think alcohol tastes rank. Same. It's not very nice.
I will say that most cheap alcohol does taste terrible. That's one of the reasons I didn't drink in college, because my friends and I only had access to stuff that tasted horrible, and I was just like, I don't see the appeal. And yeah.
I've tasted a lot of alcohol, cheap and expensive. I still don't see the appeal, so
fair enough.
It's not Cleo can only afford cheap stuff, which is true, but also rude. It's I just don't like the taste of alcohol. Cider is good if you like cider.
Toxic Glitter says, I found when I drink, whatever I normally feel about people around me is greatly exaggerated. I came to terms with the fact I really didn't like a lot of my quote-unquote friends in college, and then found the people who actually made me feel good. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. You also have to feel safe to drink, I think. Unless you're drinking to do other things, which is like, you should maybe work on yourself first.
Yeah, I don't like drinking games. I don't, because of my stomach, I can't really do it. But yeah, if you're drinking not because you're enjoying the drink, but because like people are like, uh-oh, we're watching the presidential debates and they just said welfare, you gotta drink. I'm like, that's stupid. Don't do that.
True. It is stupid. I've tried both nice champagne and expensive red wine, and they're both some of the worst alcohol I've tried. Yeah, I found that, like, in my experience, the best tasting alcohol tends to be mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because the high-end stuff gets really opinionated, and so then you really
yeah.
have to find somebody who has similar tastes to you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
whoever the master distiller is, or whatever, is gonna really be opinionated there.
I did it! A whole
Woo!
month!
Cleo, a whole month.
Woo!
Woo!
There we go. Now I just need to start colouring. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Excused.
Appreciate it. Come on, colours. Come on, there we go.
All right, Miss Cleo. We'll be right along.
Yes, Joe. Environment makes alcohol taste better or worse. Yeah. But this goes for soft drinks as well. Yeah, like, that could be true, I suppose. Hadn't really considered it.
Okay.
Do you always make your own diary? Yeah.
Zombie Cleo making diaries. La da 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 da. Zombie Cleo.
Okay.
Cha-Cha says, I've never had a wine I liked, though. That's how I am with sake. I kept thinking, like, well, maybe I just had the wrong one. Like, because it's like, where, if I'm getting, like, cheap sake from, like, Japanese restaurants here in town, maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's just like, maybe I should go up a tier or something. Or maybe I'm pairing it with the wrong fish, because, like, maybe certain sakes are intended to be consumed with different dishes, and so it's like I tried, like, well, I'll order something different with this sake or whatever, like, but it just, at the end of the day, I came to the conclusion, nope, I'm not doing this wrong, this just isn't for me. that's
Yep.
that's fine,
And I think the world would be a better place if enough people recognize that things that are not for them, so they stop trying, and other people stop trying to force it on them.
Yeah. Same thing with gin. I have never had a gin I liked. That doesn't mean that gin is objectively bad for everybody. Some people love gin. Um, like, I feel like, yeah, Kindleless says the best champagne for Kindleless is gin and tonic in a fancy glass. That's perfect for Kindleless. It's just, it's not for me, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. The sooner people just realize their tastes are their tastes,
Mm-hmm.
and that other people, it's okay that other people dislike them, instead of getting territorial about it. Why don't you like it? I love it. Good for you.
Yeah, it's just not for me. That's okay.
I once thought to myself, maybe I'm not the target audience, and it's great. I mean, I think that's a key thing.
That's exactly it.
Sometimes you're not the person it's for, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. And this comes up a lot in parenting. It's like, I'll take my kid somewhere and be like, this is terrible. But she'll be learning a lot and having a good time. And I'm like, it's just not for me. That's okay.
But Irish stereotype to do with alcohol. No.
Badger says, I know I don't like lager and IPAs. Yeah, see, I like lagers, but I don't like IPAs. I just don't drink IPAs. Like, I'll try them occasionally because there's a lot of local breweries and people be like, oh, they've got a particularly interesting IPA. And I'm like, maybe if it's particularly interesting enough, it's different from the ones I hated. But
Yeah.
then it's not.
It never is.
It never is. Yeah.
Like,
Porters
I
and stouts
always,
are where I want to be. Yeah.
I always feel like when I've tried beer, it's always like, how do people like this? Like this, the only reason to drink this is if you're trying to get drunk. And
I don't think
yeah,
that's the case, but I mean, like,
I know, but that's where my brain is just
well,
sort of like,
I
this
will
is
say
just so bad.
for cheap, for like, yeah, if you're drinking a lot of Bud Light or whatever, like, there's not a lot of going on there. But like a good Mexican beer with a slice of lime in it, you get that citrus. It goes great with all sorts of Mexican food. Like that's a food drink pairing that I am very happy about. It's an accent for the meal, you know. Like I feel like that's, you know, just it's just good.
Fair enough. There's cheaper and easier ways to get drunk, honestly. I mean, I think this is true for everything. There's cheaper and easier ways to do a lot of things. Don't recommend them.
Mini Cheese Mouse says, "I wonder if Joe and Badger could have a curry." Well, we have a lot of Indian restaurants in Nashville actually, so I've had curry before. Don't worry. Okay, we're about 5 minutes from 10:30, so might be time to do last call for tips, since sometimes they take a while to come in via PayPal. I'm going to post that link, paypal.me/JoeHills.
Okay. Excellent.
Yep, because I've got to go make preparations for my trip to London next week.
Woo!
So, yeah, we're not going to do 3 hours today, just 2.
No.
Compact Disc Super Audio says, I spent only a week in Nashville, but the food there was generally very good. Yeah, we're very lucky to have a lot of good local restaurants here. That's one of the reasons that I'm always... Like, I understand if you live in the middle of nowhere and they open an Applebee's, you're going to be very excited. Because I lived in the middle of nowhere, and in high school, 90% of the high schoolers' dates were to Applebee's, because there was nowhere else to eat. But at the same time, like, now that I live in like a real city that has a ton of locally owned places, it's like I'm not going back to Applebee's anytime soon. Coyote Lovely tips 20, who says, just wanted to make sure I catch you this week. Thank you for the company while I'm working as usual. Thank you for supporting the show, Coyote Lovely. That brings us up to 195. Woo, rotating. Badger says, it's a shame Joe won't be here on a Sunday so I can take him out for a roast dinner. Oh, is that like something the pubs only do on Sunday?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a Toby Carvery somewhere so he can have the worst of it.
That sounds... The worst of it sounds fantastic.
I know.
Drew Baca says, I like going out with beer snobs and then ordering a Miller High Life. And then when they get offended, I go, it's the champagne of beers. Because that's the what it says on the can. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Probably should start tidying up a bit. I want to kind of keep the colors I was using this time out, because if I do another galaxy sketch, like I'm going to want to use the same ones. I'm not using these, so those can go in a different one. Different tray.
I have to say, I do like the colours on the tropical picture I'm doing.
Oh, awesome.
It's nice.
It's very soothing.
Yeah. It's just nice to have brightly coloured stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I've got somewhere I can put...
Constant Sorrow resubscribed for 21 months. Thank you very much. Sparkling wine from anywhere outside is completely indistinguishable from champagne. Or is it better than it being cheaper on average? I mean, like, champagne, like, it's the same stuff. It's only champagne if it comes from France, a specific region in France. Yeah. It's the same stuff. It's just produced elsewhere. And only wine snobs really, really care. So...
Rex Verdi says, I want to like IPAs, but there seems to be a contest to get the most hops in there possible, which I do not like. Yeah, exactly. They're a little bit too hoppy. I'm not a bunny rabbit. Badger says we might go to Nando's. Yeah, I hear that's very cheeky.
Nando's is good. I like a cheeky Nando's.
Mm-hmm.
Despite cheeky Nando's being a weird concept. The garlic peri peri sauce, mwah, it's my favorite.
Peri peri sauce. Is that at Nando's?
Yeah, no, Nando's is all peri peri chicken.
Oh, okay. See, I know nothing about Nando's other than it was chicken. So I didn't know it was peri peri chicken.
Yeah. Well, peri peri is, I want to say, a chili variety.
Mm-hmm. That sounds interesting. What they do with my
sauce. Yeah. So peri peri chicken is like a big thing over here.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, Badger says get the garlic peri peri on chicken thighs. Well,
yes!
I trust you.
Yes. And the nuts. The nuts are wonderful with the peri peri spice. It's just great.
Gotcha. Portuguese chili sauce is what peri peri is. Okay, good to know, because that's not something we really have here. Like, Nashville has its own, like, hot chicken thing. So.
Mm-hmm.
Dwubaka says there's some here and there around the States. Yeah, well, I guess it's just not where I'm at, but that's good to know. I'll have to try that. And I am looking forward to trying some different things, so should be interesting.
I mean, in London, there's like everything you can possibly want food-wise, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I have no idea, like, what to expect in terms of my energy levels. Because it's possible, if I just get on the plane and pass out for 8 hours, like, I might just be like, wow, I've got all this energy. Let's go, 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 go. But then I might also... Because, like, I don't really take a lot of vacations. And the last time we tried to travel, I was the driver, and I was so wiped out from driving, I didn't really relax or feel rested.
You've got the joy of jet lag in your future, so...
Yeah. The thing is, so I'm gonna land at, like, I'm gonna land in Monday morning UK time, which I think will come out to the equivalent of, like, 4 a.m. my time ish. I don't want to get too specific with, like, times and stuff, because, like, operational security, but Badger says jet lag will hit you on the 3rd day. Gotcha. Yeah, Badger says we're resting on Monday after I get you from the airport. Yeah, so that's the thing, is, like, I always need a nap, so I shouldn't have a hard time falling asleep and taking naps and fixing, like, but, like, in my day-to-day life, it's always like, okay, I can take a nap for exactly an hour and a half, and then I have to make dinner. or I could take a
Mm-hmm.
nap for exactly an hour and a half and then I have a call or whatever. So like I'm very used to like rest and then go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like because my general life is so exhausting, like in the very least I won't have anything scheduled in the morning because normally I have to get up at like 7 in the morning to get my kid ready for school every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I at least won't have that. Because I don't think any of our, like all of our plans are mostly afternoon and evening stuff. So
Yeah.
if I sleep in until noon British time, which would be like 6 a.m. my time, it's not too
Mm-hmm.
terrible. So, oh, we'll see how it
That should be
goes.
fine. Rex with the long arms has resubscribed for 18 months. Thank you very much.
Ooh.
Turns out there aren't actually any exits. I mean, yeah. And Constant Sorrow has resubscribed for 21 months. Thank you very much.
All of
You're
the Moon
great.
says you need to try squash if you haven't already. Black currant is the best. I was thinking you meant like I need to try like where you hit the ball at the wall because I've seen that on the thick of it, but we don't have that like here. I think that's like a New York, London thing. That's like a big city, like corporate executive thing. I think
The big corporate executives at Robinson's International.
where you like hit the. You know what I'm talking about? Where like you wear like squash goggles and you have a tennis
Yeah, I
racket.
know. I'm being
We
facetious.
don't
Don't
really do
worry.
that in Nashville, at least not to my knowledge. Maybe the rich bankers do it, but I don't. Rex Verdi says
I
if you
mean,
do
my
some.
gym has a squash court that we could
Oh,
rent out. So
that's cool. Yeah, I don't think the gyms I've been to, I don't think do. Maybe well, maybe the university gym had one or two because I think, but like I never saw students using it. It was always like the 60-year-old
mm-hmm.
administrators or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I think those might have been squash courts. They were something. This is how little I know about squash. I'm like, when somebody's gonna be like, Joe, that was just a tennis court. You're bad at this. But I'm like, it had a wall. It's like indoor tennis courts do have walls. Uh, M. Lavis says, I get hit hard with jet lag and don't want to do anything for about a day after a long plane flight. Well, see, that's my secret, M. Lavis. I never want to do anything. I'm always so exhausted that I'm hoping it won't matter.
Joe is used to running on empty, is what we know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm hoping the fact that I don't have to stress out about getting like we don't have too rigid a schedule. And when we do have stuff, it's later in the day. Like so, I don't have to stress out as much as usual. I don't have 90% of the things I normally have to worry about because I'm not responsible for my daughter because she's going to be with the other side of the family. I'm not responsible for my business because I'm not going to have my phone or my laptop or anything with me. It's like, yeah, it's I don't have to be like, oh, do I need to send Patreon invites? Because, like, for example, I do need to send Patreon invites today. So, if you're not already signed up for my Patreon Discord, I'm gonna send a batch of those out later because I saw that there's at least one invite that needs to go out today. So, patreon.com/Joe Hills. I'm leaving Tommy Boy in charge while I am gone of the Discord. We have a vacation mode for the Discord where I just shut all the rooms to read only when I travel
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, but we're going to see if that's necessary for this trip. It might not be.
Yeah.
Cuz like one of the reasons to do it is like if I go to PAX or if I'm at a convention where I need to be using Discord, I can't just turn Discord off because I need it to coordinate with people at PAX.
Yeah.
So like one of the reasons to put the Discord in vacation mode is just so that it's not causing me problems while I'm traveling. But if I don't have my phone at all, in theory it won't bother me even if stuff goes wrong. Um
I mean, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
so yeah. It's that weird thing where it's like, okay, I'm going to be at PAX for 4 days and so yeah. Here we go. Lakshmi13 says, I'll be good, I promise, in the Discord chat. Thank you, Lakshmi13.
You don't believe that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing that the vacation mode is for is like if we did a meetup where like all if all this like let's say that I got a booth at like
Mhm.
VidCon and I had my staff fly in to help me work it. Like I don't want my staff moderating the Discord and working the booth at VidCon. Like we just need at the point where I flew everybody into VidCon, we're focusing on that for the weekend.
Oh, okay. Just for clarity, it's not this Monday coming that we're moving. It's
Oh,
the next one.
okay, so you're definitely not going to be able to make it Monday
I
night.
definitely won't be able to make it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I thought it was this Monday. It's
it,
the 21st.
so if
The
there
20th
was
to
another
21st.
night that we did like a pub meetup
Um,
or afternoon even for like late lunch and a drink or something, um, could you let me know via Discord message now? Because I won't be checking it once we're there. But like, if you let me
I
know
mean,
now.
I've got I've got Badger on Discord.
Oh, you do. Okay,
So if I really need to get to you, if I can
that
leak
would be that would
things,
work. Yeah.
yeah, I'll let one or other of you know. It's fine.
But well, the thing
So
is, what I was gonna say is, if we know that a whole bunch of the hermits are definitely not going to be available on Monday, we Badger and I had
yeah.
talked about picking a pub and saying, hey, we'll also be here on X day at X time.
Hmm.
Uh, but ideally, if we had at least one other person committed to coming, then we would know we'd picked a good date and time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you let me know what your availability is, I mean, also, it seems like a bunch of people are kind of out your way. So I don't know how hard it would be for us to travel up that way. But
I
like,
mean, I think it's just X that's within recent travel
oh, it is. Oh,
distance.
okay. I thought a bunch of the
Yeah.
hermits were in that part of town.
I mean, I think I mean the south of England is like a 50-mile diameter, effectively.
Yeah.
So we all live within about 50 miles of each other, but that's still a heck of a way by UK roads.
Yeah, I guess my thought is that like if it's easy to get closer to you via public transit, that's an excuse for me to
Yeah.
see something outside of London proper too.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting on a bus or a train and looking out the window as part of my visiting London trip.
Okay. Well, I will look at my schedules and we will. Yeah. In terms of Cleo privacy, announcing where you are might not be the best. I think Joe means announcing to the hermits.
This is not like a fan meetup because that would be work and would violate my tourist visa. No, this is just me
Yeah.
hanging out with my friends.
Yeah. This is a hermit meetup, um
Not a fan meetup.
not a fan
This is
meetup, and
a hangout.
this is a privately announced.
Jayish says, if you have this network, they have free 4G international data plans. No, I don't have that network. But also, I don't want to bring my phone with me because it has all my work stuff on it, and I'm not supposed to be
Yeah.
working. I don't have a work
And
visa, and I don't want to be tempted. I know that if I get an email from somebody that's important, I'll be annoyed if I don't answer
mhm.
it. I just have to not have it. Like, that, this
The
is
only person that Joe needs to be in touch with is your ex
my
for
ex.
your kid if something happens to your kid.
Oh, I mean, realistically, though, I mean,
But
yeah,
that's
I guess I'll just tell her what hotel we're staying at, and she can leave a
yeah,
message. Cause I'm
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, cause that's a good point. Yeah, I do need to have something there, given how stupid things have gotten other times. I've been the problem is every time she sends me something like that, it's like I don't even want to go into it. It's always terrible.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
always
But
like
that's
we
the
were
only
in a
person
car
you need.
accident type stuff, and it's like,
And it's just sort of like, well, you're sending me this message, so obviously you can make decisions.
yeah, I can't go. Like the problem is like, you know, from a custody standpoint,
Hmm.
there's nothing I can do when my daughter is in the care of the other side of the family anyway,
Yeah.
without potentially being charged with like kidnapping, or interfering with her
Hmm.
custody time. So like, she can let me know if something bad happens, but like, what there's like not anything I could do. I couldn't say, cool, well, I'll come by and
You
check
can't,
on her.
like,
She'll say, no,
yeah.
you can't come by and check on her. That's not how the custody agreement works. And
Ooh,
like,
it's a lot.
you know, uh,
But other than that, if like the people that Joe needs to get in touch with,
yeah,
like if he wants to do a hermit thing, the only person he really needs to get in touch with is me.
yeah. And so
And
we'll just,
I can be in touch with Badger. So,
yeah, I mean, Cleo, is there like a coffee shop or a pub or something that you feel, if there's like a place that you would feel like most comfortable at because you know the place well, you could send that to me and we could try and do the meetup there, and then that might help with your anxiety, maybe?
I mean, just like honestly, it's a thing that I'm going to have to deal with it eventually. So, it might as well be this trip.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
So
saying though,
it's a case
like,
of I don't like genuinely I don't have a place in London. I just go all over. So
okay, well, it doesn't have to be in London proper though. I'm saying anything close to a rail station near
mhm.
you, if you're like, oh, this is my favorite place because blah blah blah, I would be happy to have you share
I'm a
that with us.
recluse, Joe.
Okay.
Pick a place and I will do my best to be there. So social anxiety sounds just awful to deal with. It's not fun.
Yeah.
You're jealous. You want to meet Joe Hills, but you don't want to meet me, Jem. I see how it is.
Well, Jem, now that I've got my passport, we're looking at so for example, if any hermits who happen to live in Canada happen to produce some sort of game where things needed to be signed, other hermits might fly to that part of Canada to go sign things for the fans,
Look,
maybe.
this is how this is going to work, Jem. Once I've met Joe and I can use Joe as a safety blanket, I'm happy to meet everyone else.
I'm the warmest blanket ever.
When I can hide behind Joe, I will be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, so also because like of the immigration process, my fiance can't fly to America while our fiance visa is being processed, but
Mhm.
we can meet in third-party countries. So like, yeah, a Canada trip is very possible
Cool.
from that standpoint too.
Is that out yet? Is this applied for yet? Or
Oh, I'm still working on the paperwork. It's a nightmare.
Mhm.
It's every time I think we're close to done, I find like something else that like, oh, and don't forget to do this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have to go back and do that. And I'm like really stressed in general. So like I've tried working
Yeah,
on it
no, I feel
alone,
that.
but I'm making stupid mistakes because I'm stressed out and distracted. So like anytime I'm working on it, I kind of have to screen share with Badger so that I have an
Mhm.
extra set of eyes, and it's not going as quickly as I would like. Um,
Yeah.
Jem says, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so it'll honestly be the same to fly to America as somewhere in Canada. Okay, well, either way, it seems like a hermit's visiting Canada thing might be in the cards sometime in the next few months. So, whereas I don't know that anything else is.
I feel like I've missed a lot in the meetings that I've not been there.
I mean, this is nothing like planned formally. This is just like a
Mhm.
possibility.
Okay.
But
Well, I'll have to read. Like I think I read on the notes, but my brain is just like, you've missed something.
I don't know if this was in the notes though, is the thing, because it's so speculative.
Okay.
Uh, but basically, if there's something that somebody wants to produce in Canada, and if we wanted to sign them before sending them to fans, we could either have them shipped to us or we could go hang out in that city in Canada for the
Oh.
weekend.
Okay. No,
Does
I
that
know
make
what you.
sense?
Yeah, that makes a bunch of sense. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. No, I hadn't heard anything about that.
Okay, this is very very early days speculative,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're over time.
We're over time.
And you need to go and do a thing, Joe.
I do. I need to go do so many things. Shem says, "Don't worry, I'm used to getting deleted for yelling at chats."
Oh, did you get?
I got auto
I'm
modded.
sorry.
I got auto modded in Pearl's chat and in Jevin's chat for posting links where people could vote for me for that Tumblr contest. And both of them were
Did they
like,
not have you on VIP?
I
Or
was a
not?
VIP, but their auto mod was set to block VIPs who posted links. And so both Jevin and Pearl were like, I don't know how to fix this. I'm just sorry. And I'm like, thanks. So yeah, I've gotten timed out and whatever from multiple Hermits chats for promoting myself from the Tumblr contest. And I still won.
You still won. Yes, because I think you were the only one like that was actively advertising.
I was working hard for that, but I'm proud of that win. I'm proud of that win.
You did really well. I'm like nobody expected you to do that, and everyone who's just sort of like somebody says, Cleo is the third sexiest Tumblr man, and somebody's yeah behind Scar and Joe and Scar and B-dubs, and I'm like, oh no. You have no idea what you're talking about.
No, B-dubs lost.
B-dubs lost. B-dubs lost to me. Even.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so yeah, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Cleo and I are gonna break off into our own chats. Jem, definitely glad to have you, even if it was via text. You're always welcome to hop on voice when it's convenient for you
great,
too.
Jem. We love you.
We appreciate you, Jem. Definitely do. I do want to hang out. Yeah, I was gonna say, Jem. You probably wouldn't want to come to PlayOnCon, but PlayOnCon's the next convention I'm going to that like people could like come hang out with me at. Rooms go on sale for that on Saturday, so the rooms aren't out yet. But yeah, it's basically a gaming convention held in the woods. There's like a hotel and convention center in the middle of the woods in Alabama. And so in addition to like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart tournaments and that sort of thing, they also have a mini golf course, a rock climbing wall, canoeing. They do a ton of astronomy stuff because it's like so far from the city you can like see stuff at night. I'd probably have to drive to the airport to get you because it's hard to get from the airport to the convention site, but we could coordinate that. But yeah, that's the next big event that I have on my calendar. I'm kind of going light on conventions this year because I'm saving money for wedding stuff, and I'm doing this London trip, which is super expensive. Yeah. So it's a very fun convention. I've been going for over a decade. But
in the middle of the woods in Alabama sounds reassuring.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about it is the grounds are private property, so you don't have to deal with open container laws. It's the sort of thing where everybody's got like one of those wheelie coolers full of beer they're dragging around behind them. You know, go down to the pool, hang out, go back up, play some board games. You know, it's fun.
It's fun. And that's when I first heard the banjo.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, Cleo, yeah, I'll get out of the chat and let you say goodbye to your stream.
Excellent. I'll see you later.
Good hanging out, Cleo. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, disconnected. So, we are going to go ahead. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. I appreciate all the support. I am not going to be here next week. So, you know, if you were thinking about sending me some money next week, you can always do it this week. I know I said last call for tips. This is the last call for tips that are definitely going to get thanked on the stream we already passed. But that PayPal.me link always works. That's open 24/7. So feel free if you're sitting there next Wednesday going like, oh, I miss Joe Hills. Isn't it? That's my best bad British accent. If you really want to make the British accent bad, anytime you would say in it, you say, isn't it? That's the way to do it. So let's see who we can raid. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my twitch.tv/following. Let's see if any of my friends... I like to try and raid small streamers when I can. Let's see who's out there doing stuff today. It looks like... I don't know what Peglin is. But the guy who runs Call of Cthulhu games for me sometimes... Well, not just for me, but like... This guy who has run Call of Cthulhu games I've played in before, Delg, is playing Peglin. Delg is really cool. He's not like a... This isn't like not his day job. This is just... He just streams for fun sometimes. But he's really cool. He's run a few Call of Cthulhu games that I played in, along with some other friends, and he's really great. So hope you get over there, give him a shot. Our raid message is howdy y'all. Joe Hill's raid here. And until next time... Oh, he's got subscriber or follower only chat. Okay, well that's okay. But I'm going to click raid now anyway. Anyway, until next time y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do 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 do.